So if Muhammad comes along and he says, hey, Christians, I affirm your gospel, and we go to the gospel and we see that Jesus is affirmed as the Son of God by the Father, by the Holy Spirit, by Jesus himself, by the angel Gabriel, by John the Baptist, by his apostles, by Martha, by the Roman soldiers, and even by demons as he's casting them out. And we see that all over the gospel that we have, and Muhammad comes along and says that's the worst possible sin.
So in the same way, the term son could have a specific meaning at a particular point in time, and there could be no problem with it. But then when the Christians come along and start using certain doctrines like found in the Nicene Creed that the Son is eternally begotten of the Father and this kind of thing, well, now it has a different connotation and different meaning. So to remove the possible confusion or errors from that, this language is no longer permissible to be used.
So this question is for David. So you've distinguished between acceptable legal changes like abrogation and unacceptable large theological changes. So how do you explain the largest theological change, which is Judaism being uncompromisingly monotheistic, worshiping one indivisible God, while Christianity introduces the Trinity? How is a shift from absolute monotheism to Trinitarian theology not a far greater theological change than any legal abrogation?
Actually pointed this out. It's actually about 2 centuries after the time of Christ when rabbinic Judaism is solidified. During the 1st century, the temple and so on, and then even before that's when they started talking about the 2 powers in heaven, right? And it's just because they're looking at Old Testament passages, and you've got the Lord, and you've got the angel of the Lord, which means messenger of the Lord, but the messenger of the Lord is also called Yahweh, the Lord, and so on. So they're looking at all these passages, and then, like, for instance, you have God who says, I'm going down to look at Sodom, but then God, Yahweh, calls down fire from Yahweh in heaven. I mean, it's Jewish commentators who said it looks like there are 2 powers going on here, said there looks like there's some sort of plurality going on here. The point is, in first century Israel, it would not have been terribly out of place to say something like, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, or even to talk about like Father, Son, and Holy Spirit or something like that. That came along later, and it's kind of when Judaism is setting itself apart from Christianity and making sure, hey, we cannot accept these doctrines.